I have spent the last decade making every single Bitcoin mistake imaginable. Writing it off as a scam, check. Panic buying at the top, double check. Buy low, sell high, triple check. And feeling completely and utterly lost, check. But through those painful lessons, I have learned some things about Bitcoin. Some things that no trader, financial advisor, or crypto bro will ever tell you the truth about. And if you just give me 7 minutes, I will teach you the 5 crucial lessons that I learned the hard way so that you don't have to. Okay, but who am I? I first heard of Bitcoin back in 2016 when I was a broke freshman student with thousands in student debt. Back then, apparently, we all needed a piece of paper that was worth $250,000. But in reality, it cost 20 pesos in the nearest print shop. But that didn't stop me from studying from the top Bitcoiners in the whole world. Here's what I wish someone would have told me early on. There isn't only one type of Bitcoin investor. There are species, whole tribes. You've got the financial advisor, the one who sprinkles 1% Bitcoin to a portfolio and calls themselves exposed to innovation. The crypto millionaires, the gamblers that are chasing the next shiny token that's definitely the next Bitcoin. Did you see the Solana? The Solana. Why did you not see it? I told you we were gonna make bank. The OG Maxis hodlers, the ones who would mine Bitcoin on their laptop back when one pizza would cost 10,000 Bitcoin. Or they literally just guard their seed phrases like some sacred scroll. Then you got the know-it-alls, the ones who don't even own Bitcoin but will tell you exactly how doomed it is. Of course Bitcoin is doomed. There's no creator, nothing backs it up, you can't even touch it. Why would you believe in something you can't even touch? I'm a ride or die fiat person. Then you have the skeptics, the ones who have been waiting for Bitcoin to crash to $100 since 2009. Everyone's talking about the same thing, but they're playing different games. Their horizons clash, so their signals do too. That's why it feels so noisy, because everyone's speaking a different language about the same freaking chart. Lesson. Figure out which game you're playing before you start taking advice from someone playing a completely different game. You got Trump coin. Can you stop? Define your own conviction before you start taking advice from any of these tribes. Lesson number 2, what Bitcoin is not. I used to check the Bitcoin price like it was a stock ticker. Red, green, panic, hope. Everyone talks about Bitcoin like it's a trade. Like you're supposed to take profit, buy the dip, diversify your portfolio. What are we, in Wall Street? So let's get this straight. Bitcoin is not an ETF. Bitcoin is not crypto. Bitcoin is definitely not real estate. And Bitcoin is not a Ponzi scheme. Here's the truth. Bitcoin is money. I can't buy my coffee with stocks, gold, or real estate, but I can buy it with Bitcoin. We're gonna pay Neko Cafe for my coffee. There you go. Gracias. Stock, bonds, real estate, they all live within the dollar system. Bitcoin's whole purpose is to replace that system entirely. Here's what people miss. Other assets bleed. Real estate, maintenance, repairs, insurance, taxes. Stocks, dilution, buybacks, and CEOs that look like this. Everything bleeds. Bitcoin, it runs 24/7, borderless, incorruptible. When you hear the word Ponzi, it means someone's at the top, pulling the strings, promising the returns, paying old investors with new investors' money. And Bitcoin, it doesn't promise yields. It doesn't promise dividends. It doesn't have a CEO. It just runs like mathematics and software every 10 minutes. Lesson, Bitcoin can't be a Ponzi. There's no one at the top, no promises, no payouts. It's just math, energy, and time. Lesson number 3, the dollar is the real risk. Everyone says Bitcoin is volatile, dangerous, unstable. But let me ask you this. Do you know where the dollar comes from? Do you know how many there are? Do you know how many there will be in 40 to 50 years? I can answer those questions about Bitcoin because Satoshi put those answers on this paper. Central banks target a 2% inflation rate. They've never hit it consistently in over 100 years. 2% inflation, it sounds harmless. That is until you realize it halves your money in 30 years. That means your safe money is guaranteed to buy you less. Less food, less land, less time. And when the system breaks, they print trillions overnight just to bail themselves out. And you pay for it. Higher rent, higher groceries, higher everything. 2008 should have been the wake-up call. They broke the game and patched it with your future.
I think the point at which the degree to which we can tax our population is eclipsed by the amount of our interest on our debt basically makes us a Ponzi scheme of some sort.
When Argentina's currency collapsed, Bitcoin kept running. When Lebanon's banks froze accounts, Bitcoin kept running. When the government weaponized money, Bitcoin kept running. Bitcoin doesn't need bailouts. It doesn't dilute. It doesn't print 10 more of itself to cover mistakes. It's the antidote to the system that made us debt slaves in the first place. You're not escaping risk by avoiding Bitcoin. You're drowning in it by saving in dollars. Lesson number 4, how do you actually get Bitcoin? Most people start the easy way, with exchanges. It's fast, simple, and totally trackable. So it's convenient until you realize that the same company that sells you the Bitcoin technically owns it until you decide to withdraw it. If you want real freedom, there are better ways. You can go peer-to-peer, or you can pay with cash.
Great.
And it's yours from day one. Or, my personal favorite, you can earn it. Find another Bitcoiner in your community and get paid in sats for your time, for your skills, and that's when Bitcoin starts to feel real. Or you can find Bitcoin ATMs and just use your fiat. Some people even mine it. They turn their electricity into sovereignty. Here's the hierarchy. ETFs give you exposure. Exchanges give you access. But self-custody gives you complete and utter control. Once you hold your own keys, there is no customer support. There is no gatekeeper. It's just your 12 words standing between you and your absolute financial freedom. And yeah, it feels heavy at first because freedom isn't supposed to be easy. Lesson, don't just buy Bitcoin. Earn it, use it, spend it, hold it, but most importantly, understand it. Lesson number 5. Bitcoin is generational wealth. The Roman Empire, the Chinese dynasties, the 1950s America, all great civilizations have been sustained through generational wealth. Nowadays, our generation is one of the very few in history that is poorer than the last generation. More people over 70 are buying homes than people under 30. So here's the real question. If you haven't gotten into Bitcoin yet, how will you explain it to your grandkids how you skipped it? But if you haven't written it off yet, I have another question for you. How exactly do I pass Bitcoin to my family? And that's what companies like Casa do. They help people protect billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin through multi-sig security, inheritance planning, and backups built to last generations. I use Casa myself because I'm not saving just for me. I'm saving for the people that come after me. If you're curious, they've put together a 100% free guide on how to self-custody your Bitcoin so that no lawyer, no bank, no accident can compromise it long-term. The link is down below. Crap, I'm running out of time. But if you like the lessons I learned the hard way and you want more, subscribe for part 2. And yeah, because Bobby, we're just getting started.